You know, I had this recorded a minute ago. I didn't know I had it on the live tab. I'm so sorry, guys, but it is July 28th, 2025. It's 9:52 p.m. in the evening on the East Coast, and we're going to start with this meme, and then we're going to get back into the Yetis. I've been trying to get more Yeti hides. So this is what it is attributed to our President of the United States. You ought to be speaking about Bill Clinton, who went to the island 28 times, and he's referring to the Jeffrey Epstein private island, where all of these child copulation schemes have been accused of taking place. And you got to note your words real carefully on that, okay? That was where these acts were accused of taking place. Personally, I have no reason to doubt the people involved saying, yeah, this happened. But it raises a question. But it raises one of the following choices, actually. It's a multiple choice test. Which answer's right? We don't know yet. I don't think it is Donald Trump is lying. I don't think so. Oh, wait, there's a roamer. There's a roamer. I better handle that roamer first, huh? Come here, you. I don't think it's that one. So that leaves two choices. Either one, Donald Trump was there 28 times, while Bill Clinton was there also. Is that possible? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. I mean, we don't really know. But if Trump was keeping track of who was at the Epstein Island parties, why? Why would he be doing that? So let's just overanalyze the situation here and just really think for a minute. And the logical answer is the list exists. He is aware. Donald Trump is aware that the list exists. And he is aware that Bill Clinton's name is on that list. But it also screams the other question, because there's been a lot of Donald Trump pictures with him, and he's apparently had a big press conference about the extent of his relations with Jeffrey Epstein today. I'm sure he was a swell and wonderful guy who and if I remember right, Donald Trump said Jeffrey Epstein did weird things. I guess that's what you call it. Ah! It's okay. We gotcha. But in any event, because it did mention Bill Clinton and Donald Trump and the appearance of the Jeffrey Epstein files, I get to do this again. I told you so. Why did I tell you so? Because on the last good live I did, the one I did before this one I really don't like. I just kept it up because it was there, and we had a storm fast approaching. I just cranked something out really quickly, so I do apologize over that. I should have done better with that previous one. But the first live that I did in a really long time, the one that was about an hour, almost 2 hours long, and it mentioned the pictures of Bill Clinton with him. But I know before that I mentioned all this stuff, and I want to say it was the June 9th one. June 9th. I want to say it was that one. but I can't be entirely sure. But I know I have mentioned this before. I've mentioned this in the past. I promise you that, and I get to say I told you so. But I won't play the clip again. But what he originally said was there was no file, and this was a nothing burger, right? So if this was the case, and it was a nothing burger, why is she there in jail? I'll tell you why. Because she was convicted by a jury of her peers, and you'd be pardoning probably something that in many people's minds would be unpardonable. Just completely and utterly unpardonable. Because think about it. Would you want somebody convicted in a child copulation scheme? Would you want them to be pardoned? So seriously think about that a minute. And if it's any answer other than no, you may be in a cult. You know, if Bill Clinton is found to basically stand accused of child copulation, get him. Get him. Okay? Just get him. If this creates a situation where Donald Trump is accused of that, get him. I'm an equal opportunity, get him. Okay? And that's because I am not in a brainwashed cult. But you voted for this. This is like the current rumor that's going around social media is Ghislaine Maxwell is supposed to get a pardon from Donald Trump, which would basically it's her get out of jail free card for her role in the Jeffrey Epstein child copulation schemes that was apparently ongoing for multiple years. I did it again. It was apparently one for multiple years, if not multiple decades. I'm glad I'm in a spot with a fast Yeti respawn rate. But who would be cheering for this? And why? Why would somebody want this to happen? Would they be told to stay quiet about the pardon and not say anything about it? I don't know. I don't know if a conditional pardon would exist. Here, while this is going, why don't we look that up and we'll see if something like that exists. Conditional pardon. So, let's see here. Sorry about that. Let me take a look here. Yay, we got 5. Let's see here. Now, some states will. I may have to refine the search because it's showing me different states and their programs, which includes that. So hold on a minute. Presidential conditional pardon. It's not limited in conditions. Okay, apparently he can. This is what the AI bot says about it. Okay. A presidential conditional pardon is a form of clemency granted by the U.S. president, blah, 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 that includes specific conditions that, I was hoping for more Yeti fur. Shoot. Okay. That includes specific conditions that the recipient must fulfill, such as community service or supervised release. While the president's pardon power is extensive, it is not entirely unlimited, and conditions attached to a pardon cannot infringe upon rights not already forfeited by conviction. So, could one be issued stating that you cannot talk about it? Is that possible? Because it doesn't seem... So let's look here. Come on. Says, while often described as unlimited, the president cannot attach conditions that are unconstitutional or that violate the rights of the recipient beyond what their conviction already entailed. For example, a president could not condition a pardon on a recipient voting for a particular party. But again, it's not it's not the answer that we're looking for. Can Ghislaine Maxwell be pardoned on the condition that she cannot talk about it? There's the question. What's the answer? It doesn't. I can't seem to get an answer that would be deemed in a court of law as correct. These are very stingy Yetis. But again, who is seriously cheering for this woman to be released? I would suspect people that are fully into it. And it's bad. It's bad, let me tell you, okay? On a recent trip to my parents', I got the privilege of watching Newsmax. Yeah. And I just kept hearing, oh, yay, 6. We're up to 6. Near you. We might not get to 60 tonight, but we will definitely, hopefully, tomorrow. I have a quest to turn in that way too at Plaguelands, because I got the worm meat one done. But I had that privilege. They don't talk about this over there, and in fact, in YouTube land, they don't want you to talk about Donald Trump in a bad way either. My last live, even though I admit it sucked, it's been zeroed. I would usually get somewhere between just 10 and 20 views. I'm not saying I get millions and millions of views, but it's odd that the one that contains a Donald Trump joke is the one that gets zeroed out, right? So we're gonna just keep on going a little bit here. Hopefully, maybe get my 10, I don't know, keep your fingers crossed. I'm live right now, Blizzard, help me out. They never help me out. They do it when I'm not streaming. That's my luck. It's always been my luck. But the moment I hit 60 and get into the Savannah Banana mascot gear, the first thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to live stream the Scarlet Monastery solo, the very first one that Turkeytentia is ever going to do. And it will be filled with news all at the same time. But in all seriousness here, keep your eyes peeled on the Ghislaine Maxwell story, because this could literally be the straw that breaks MAGA's back. Even Newsmax may have to go overboard on this one. But let's get... these are the stingiest Yetis ever made. I'm frozen in place. Alright. Ooh, a critical hit. Yay. Did that just heal? I swear, I think it healed itself. How did it heal itself, I wonder? See, the stingiest freaking Yetis ever made. Ugh. Well, we'll try a few more and we'll see what happens. We'll go to, what, about 10? We'll go to when? About probably like 10:15 or so, because we got through the story I wanted to talk about today. And ooh, frozen again. Those random freezes, it makes it impossible to deal with a holy shield charge, so I'm just not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it. I didn't put it on the combat log. Here, let's clear up some space. Or try to clear up some space. We'll get it down to 1, and then after that we'll get it down to 0, because I'll eat that one next. What's my XP counter here? We're up to, 75%. Well, wait, they get 500 apiece. No, but after that we'll be traveling south and going here to Enraged Wildkins, to at least get the breadcrumb quest for that. Well, let's just clear some more Yetis and see what happens. Didn't get much this time, did I? Got a mall to sell. Good. Well, at least it waited this time. It was courteous enough to wait. And so let me double triple check here. We'll make sure there's nothing breaking here besides what's happened in New York. It's actually breaking right now. It's including an NYPD officer for no longer alive in Manhattan, as a result of, well, you guessed it. Yeah, there's nothing new. Oh, Trump says he's never went to Epstein's Island now. Okay. So now... Okay, so now this is per CNN. Trump says he's never went to Epstein's Island. So let me get this back and set up. Hold on a minute. So we know the solution now. The solution. There is a list, and you're hiding it. Why is he hiding it? I don't know, but the list exists. Q Unicorns. Told you so. And actually, I'm going to take that right back here to that image and leave it there for a little bit, because we now know, based on his own words, Donald Trump says he never went to Epstein's Island. That is his words, not mine. So if we're going to take him at face value, that which in this case we might not. He may be lying. Most times when his jaw moves, he does lie. But if we take him at face value, that means the reason why he knows that Bill Clinton went to the island 28 times is because there is a list, and because he is hiding it for some whatever reason. Again, his words, not mine. This was on the front page of CNN. You got to scroll a little bit down to get to it. If you give me a second here, after this Yeti, I'll call it up. We will call it up. I'll do a rank 1 Holy Shield. So please give me 1 second here. We will call all of this information up for you. I'm going to get Firefox down for a second. We'll go here to CNN.com. I'm getting there. Please hold on. Please hold 1 moment. Okay, go. Ow, where did he go? Where did you go here? Stop. The pop-ups just kill me. The pop-ups just all over. All over. Where did you go? Where did you go? Oh, I had it on the phone a minute ago. Here, I can show you where I'm at here. Hold on a minute. There we go. Let's see if we can't find it together. And let's see if we cannot find this together. It was just a very short clip. It was like an 18-second clip. No. And if I try to search for it, guess what? It's not going to do it. Hold on a minute. There's a way to do this. There is a way to do this. Hold on a minute. Let me get back into something in here. Okay, we'll go ahead. We'll get the next Yeti. Get it started. I know how to do this now. I'm going to have to send the link to myself and then open it back up. Okay, so hold on just a minute here. So that to me. Okay. Okay. Now that should have done it. That should have done it. Hold on just a moment again. And we'll call up that video. I need to do that because I've got to go to here. And then open that up. Come on, me. Come on. Hurry, 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 hurry. Ah, there it is. Okay. There it is. Now, how did I get...
The privilege.
Shh. Okay. So, let's get this here. You heard a part of it. Let me do that. Let me get that back up. This is his words, not mine. Take a listen.
We went to his island. And I did turn it down, but a lot of people in Palm Beach were invited to his island. In one of my very good moments, I turned it down. I didn't want to go to his island.
So you heard it was the basic rambling. It was the basic rambling response that he would give to anybody that in a roundabout way would say it, but he did kind of hit the meat and potatoes that needed to be hit on that one for once by saying he didn't go. But is he lying? I don't know. And if he is about that, what else could he be lying about? But in any event, we're still holding on to this one. Because it just says it all. I don't think he's lying. He may be lying about the number. You know, he may have exaggerated the number. I don't think he sat down and counted the number of times that Bill Clinton was mentioned in the Epstein files, okay? I don't think that happened. What I think has happened was he's seen the name multiple times. He may have came up with a number, something like that. But by his own admission, again, come back.
By the way, I never went to the island. I never had the privilege of going to his island. And I did turn it
his
down.
own admission.
Palm Beach were invited to his island.
Not me telling you.
One of my very good moments, I turned it down. I didn't want to go to his island.
Once again, not me telling you. But apparently Bill Clinton went there 28 times. Okay, 28 times. And I don't mean to harp on this, but if this file, this list, this whatever it is, if it does exist, which I'm pretty sure it does, you know, if it does exist, why is it staying so hidden? I don't think he sat there because he said he never went there. So by his own words, we have to take, like I said, we have to take this at face value. If he says he didn't go, we're going to assume he didn't go until we have evidence otherwise. I'm sure there will be evidence otherwise, maybe at some point. This is Donald Trump we're talking about. He lies a lot. Okay? But we cannot, there's no way you can defend the pardoning of Ghislaine Maxwell, though. There just isn't a way. So I'm thinking this Yeti is going to be the last one. I don't believe we're going to get to the final one. We'll get there probably on tomorrow's live. So we'll get this Yeti down. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Let's see if we got lucky. Of course not. Of course not. We're not lucky. I don't have that good of a streamer privilege, I guess. So this is where we will end for now. And for today's News and Warcraft, this is Turkeytentia. And I wish you a great day and great gaming. Keep an eye on that story. Good night, everybody.